A vote is not a stone to throw in anger. It is a seed to plant for a better harvest. Sow it wisely. Register as a voter today and water the future with purpose. Welcome to Mastasos G Educators. This is where knowledge meets action, and action builds a new nation. We do this because political awareness fuels transformation. I'm your host, Gombe Tom Mboya. And today we are getting into one of the most urgent conversations of our time. Consciousness in the face of political survival amid disruption of the status quo. Kenya, let us be brutally honest with ourselves. We are in the middle of a political game, one that does not seek to solve our pain, but to prolong the survival of the players. What you are witnessing today is not transformation. It is consolidation. It is not reform. It is recalibration for personal gain. The recent political maneuvers involving President William Ruto and Raila Odinga are not a sign of unity or maturity. They are survival strategies dressed as national interest. But let us unpack this with clarity. The so-called broad-based government that is currently taking shape is not a product of national dialogue. It is not a product of vision. It is not a product of justice. But it is a reaction to pressure. Let us call it what it is: political survival. Were it not for the bold and historic uprising led by the Gen Z movement, the youth of this nation who fearlessly stood up against the draconian finance bill 2024, the President Ruto's regime would never have made the disparate overtures we see today. The truth is, Kenyans, particularly the young people, brought this government to the edge of collapse. And now, to salvage power, the president is repackaging his narrative, extending an olive branch, not out of goodwill, but out of necessity. Let us talk about the visit to Nyanza and the sudden charm offensive in Nyanza. For the first time in his presidency, Ruto has found a reason to fly banners of development in the region. Promises of infrastructure, economic revitalization, and state appointments are flowing like never before. But why now? Why not during his first years in office? Why not before the Gen Z protest exposed the fragility of this administration? The answer is simple: a strategic move. Ruto is not investing in Nyanza because of anything else, but he is doing so for perception. He's not building bridges. He's just setting up a campaign. He's not transforming lives. He's transforming political optics. And if we fall for it, if we allow propaganda to override principles, we will be betraying ourselves once again. Let me be very clear. The Luo community is not special because of the attention it is suddenly receiving. Just as no Kenyan community should be marginalized, none should be weaponized or romanticized for short-term gain. Today, it is Nyanza. Tomorrow, it could be another region. What we must resist is the idea that development is a favor granted by political benevolence. Development is a right, not a reward for political submission. Kenyans, we must stop playing politics. Politics alone will not free us from poverty. It will not fill our hospitals with medicine. It will not put food on our tables. It will not reform our institutions. Real transformation comes from conscious, civic-minded engagement. It comes from rejecting tribal loyalties and demanding ethical leadership. It comes from electing individuals, not ethnic spokespersons. And most importantly, it comes from rejecting those who have turned leadership into a career of exploitation. Let us talk about Homa Bay County's Madaraka Day celebration. Yes, the mood is colorful, and indeed we hope that the speeches are going to be plenty, and the cameras indeed are going to roll. But what must stand out is the sober clarity that we've always witnessed in the person of Senator Edwin Sifuna and Governor James Orengo. These are leaders with a lot of experience, and they have consistently reminded us that we are not here to dance to the tune of every new alignment. We must remain anchored on principle, on justice, and on truth. The fact that we are being forced into political alignments without confronting the underlying issues, corruption, state capture, poor service delivery, ethnic polarization, is a proof that our politics is not yet about the people. It is still about positions. We are living under a deceitful government and a compromised opposition. The so-called broad-based government and unity are not tools of liberation. They are tools of containment. They are means of neutralizing dissent and safeguarding personal interest. And unless we create a new political consciousness, we will be locked in this vicious cycle for generations. But what is the way forward? Kenyans, especially the young people, we must rise. We must build a new center of power, a movement rooted in civic values, national unity, and constitutional fidelity. We need a political alternative that does not rearrange the faces in power, but redefines the very structure of leadership. Beyond Ruto, beyond familiar names, and remember, it is time to establish a clean slate. New leaders, new principles, new hope. This is not about hatred. It is not about tribal blame. And we must never insult, shame, or stereotype any community. We must love this country more than we love our tribes. We must put Kenya above everyone else. And in doing so, we must close the doors to tribal politics and open the gates to idea-based politics. So, to every Kenyan listening today, reject manipulation, ask tough questions, demand accountability, insist on service. Do not be pacified by ribbon-cutting ceremonies and empty promises. Know that you deserve better. In the coming days, the political theater will intensify. They will try to confuse us. They will try to divide us. They will try to buy us. But we must stand tall. We must organize. We must educate. We must resist. We must restore Kenya. We must reset the systems of Kenya. We must rebuild the foundation of Kenya. And we must reclaim the dignity of Kenya. This is Mastasos G Educators. I'm Gombe Tom Mboya. And today, I challenge you not just to be a spectator of politics, but be a student of history, be a soldier of justice, and be a builder of a new republic. Kenya is ours to save. Stay woke, stay strong, stay tuned, and stay united. A new Kenya is not a dream. It is a duty. Thank you.